Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am Diana, creator of Money Boss Mama, where I teach women how to become a money boss from the inside out. Shorten the intro for you, but we have less than a month left in 2020, which is kind of crazy because I honestly feel like this year has been the shortest year, but also the longest year. I welcome a new year. If this year was not your year, we have 12 months worth of opportunities awaiting us. So I wanted to share ways in which you can glow up financially in 2021. So let's go ahead and get into way number one. The first way to glow up financially in 2021 is to stop giving a rat's ass about what people think about you. And I feel like it is probably going to be the most difficult thing that you can do in 2021 because we live in a world where we feel the need to keep up an image. So we go out and we blow our paychecks to keep up an image to impress people that are not paying our bills. And this used to be me. I felt like as long as I looked financially secure, then I was good. It really didn't matter what was going on in my bank account, but behind the scenes, I was begging for my overdraft fees back. But I felt like as long as I looked the part, people would assume that my finances were good. And I said that this is probably the most difficult thing that's going to be talked about in this video because it's going to require you to face those ugly parts of you. You are going to have to come face to face with those things you've been pushing to the back of your mind because it's not until you do the internal work that you are really going to see a change in your finances. And that's because personal finance is like 80% behavior, 20% knowledge. Your behavior and your emotions and your mindset are so deeply intertwined with how you spend your money. So it is not until you deal with the inner part of you that you will begin to see changes in the outer part of you, and you are going to be able to have control over your spending habits. The second way to glow up financially is to get on a financial glow up plan, aka a budget. And I know that the word budget, it makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. So I did start to use the word financial glow up plan. I actually came across the word when I was doing this YouTube script. And I just feel like changing the word takes some of the ickiness away from it. But honestly, it's just a spending plan. And having a spending plan is going to be the foundation to building wealth, to saving money, to investing, to bettering your finances. And that's because you got to know what's coming in and going out. If you don't know where your money is going, then it's probably not going to you. That's for sure, because you are looking for your money. There are so many assumptions about budgeting, but honestly, you call the shots because this is going to be your unique spending plan. So if you can comfortably afford a mani and pedi, put it in your plan. If you can comfortably afford getting your hair done, put it in your plan. If you can comfortably afford taking vacations from time to time, put it in your plan. Basically, you just want everything that you are paying out, all of your expenses accounted for and put into your financial glow up plan. And you have to make sure that these expenses fit within your income. There are literally only two rules to budgeting. That is making sure all of your expenses are accounted for and they fit within your income, and also that you don't go over the amounts that you've allocated for each expense. That is it. And in the beginning, it's going to be difficult. It's not going to feel good because everything is new and you are getting adjusted, but you need to have your finances laid out on paper so that you can see what's going on. And you're probably going to feel a little sick when you see where most of your money has been running off to. But once you know where your money is going, you can make sure that it stays and it's doing what it needs to do for you. You're basically just giving your money a plan. And when your money starts working for you, you are going to be able to experience the glow up. Way number 3 is to start investing. And investing is not just for old white bald men who are in suits. Investors look like me and they look like you. And the earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow. Investing is your way to build wealth, not only just for you, but for generations to come. So if you are a mom like me, you are leaving something for your children and also your children's children. And investing is the way that you can fight against inflation. And also, when you reach retirement age, it's a way to ensure that you are not going to have to pick up a part-time job instead of, watching the sunrise on your patio because you are not able to afford your life. No one in retirement age wants to have to work a job, ringing up groceries or passing out smiley face stickers at Walmart because they did not save enough. And I am a very basic person. I like things simple. So if you are like me, the thought of investing is super intimidating and you are like, I'm already confused and we have not even started the discussion. But honestly, investing is only as complicated as you make it, so try not to overcomplicate things. You investing could be something as simple as participating in your employer's 401k plan or increasing your contributions if you are already participating. Other simple ways that you can start investing are opening up a Roth IRA. This is the most popular type of individual retirement account because your earnings are tax-free and you can actually withdraw your contributions at any time without any taxes or penalties because you pay income taxes on the contribution amounts. And also, a lot of people like to invest in mutual funds, and I'm going to break this down as simple as I can. So let's say you go into a bakery and you see a pecan pie and you want part of that pecan pie. So the pecan pie is like an Apple stock. You decide you want 2 shares of Apple stock, so you order 2 slices of the pecan pie. With a mutual fund, let's say there's a pecan pie, an apple pie, a pumpkin pie, a lemon meringue pie, and you want a little piece of all of them. So with the mutual funds, that's giving you pieces of multiple pies instead of you just putting all of your eggs in one basket with just one pie. Hopefully that made sense. But when it comes to investing, just make sure that you actually know what you are investing in before you start investing. If something is super confusing to you, it is probably best not to invest in it, at least not right at the moment, until you understand how it works. Like, don't play with your money. It takes a lot of research, but the internet is a gold mine, and best of all, it is free. Way number 4. Okay, so I did. Way number 3, I did. Stop getting rest. Way number 4 is to start paying off your debt. And debt is money that you owe, aka you have to pay it back. And for those watching, I know that some debts that you may be carrying are student loans, auto loans, personal loans, as well as credit card debt. And carrying around a lot of debt makes it very difficult to build wealth and pay yourself first, because what happens when you get paid? Those lenders, they want their money. So you have to pay them off to satisfy them. And it's probably going to be with interest added in. You have to pay for your bills. And then you're forced to make do with whatever little scraps that you have left. And I know if you are new to a debt-free journey and paying off debt, it is super intimidating and overwhelming. You don't even know where to start. But honestly, don't overcomplicate things. Just pick one balance to start with, and then put most of your extra money towards that balance, and then start tackling your debt that way. That way you're just focusing on one thing at a time, because if you try to focus on multiple balances, you are going to get so overwhelmed to the point where you're just like, screw it, I quit. So just pick one balance, focus on that, and then whenever you get that knocked down, roll that over to the next balance. And this way you are keeping yourself motivated, you are coming across wins quicker, and you're seeing your progress, so it actually feels like you are doing something on this debt-free journey. The 5th way to glow up financially is to set aside money for life, because life is going to happen. And this is most commonly known as an emergency fund, which is a savings that is for emergencies and emergencies only. This is going to include home repairs, auto repairs, unexpected medical treatments, things of that nature, not the wig that you've been eyeballing for the last 6 months that finally went on sale. It has to be emergency worthy before you get to make a withdrawal. And there is a lot of debate over how much you should have in an emergency fund, whether that's $1,000 or 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. And honestly, I just say set aside something that is at least $500, especially if you are starting from zero, because if something happens and you have $800 in an emergency fund, you're not going to be like, oh, I just have $800 in an emergency fund. No, you are going to be like, thank God I have this $800 saved up in this fund to help cover these costs. So you do ideally want to have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, but just in the beginning, get into the habit of sending money to this fund regularly. So every time you get paid, settle on an amount that you will send to this fund, and then continue to build that fund up until it gets to an amount that you feel comfortable with. And this way, whatever financial goals that you are working on, it's not going to completely disrupt your progress. Because how many times have you heard you take 2 steps forward and 10 steps back? Yeah. This emergency fund is going to help keep life from disrupting your progress, because we all know once we start feeling financially secure and things start happening for us that are actually positive when it comes to our finances, we feel like something goes wrong, and this is going to be your safety net to help protect you from those unexpected expenses. The 6th way to glow up financially is to prepare to leave that crappy job. The one that you complain about, the one that makes you feel miserable in the morning, the one that leaves you feeling unfulfilled, the one that makes you feel less than and unappreciated. Yeah. This year in 2021, it is time to make that exit plan. And yes, I know that leaving or switching careers is not going to be a super quick process, but you can still get started on your exit plan. Whether that be acquiring new skills, taking professional development courses, gathering the courage and the faith to pivot, it is time to get uncomfortable and start thinking of a way out. Because honestly, you only live one life. And I feel like don't waste it being somewhere that leaves you feeling unfulfilled. If you feel like you're not making as much as you would like, or you're not making what you are worth, then it's time to leave. And I know a lot of the times that we get comfortable and maybe we have a good working relationship with our coworkers, and we don't want our boss or our coworkers to feel upset if they find out that we are trying to leave, and we feel like we owe our company loyalty. But let me break something down to you. You do not owe your company any loyalty. You do not owe that job any loyalty. A job is just an exchange of services. In exchange for your skills, your time, and your experience, that job or that company is paying you. That is it. It is just an exchange. And once you look at it from that point of view, I feel like it's going to help you realize that yeah, you can pivot. You have permission to pivot. So if you've been looking for a sign, get started on your exit plan. Your job that is making you miserable and depressed and making you pray for a weekday, a 2-day weekday, and then the other days you're just okay with being unhappy and unsatisfied, this is your sign that you need to leave. And I will honestly say that I was that person that kept myself small, because I loved my coworkers and I hate confrontation. So I did not want to deal with having to tell my manager that I was leaving. So I sat in a job position that I was not satisfied with, even though I knew that I could do better. I knew that I could have better use of my skills and my time, and I knew that I could be making more. I sat in a small position and kept myself small for the comfort of other people. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And think of it like a plant in a pot. If you plant a seed in a small pot, more than likely that plant is not going to grow very large, because they don't have a lot of room to grow. They're snug, they feel comfortable. This is your comfort zone. You are at your maximum. Your head has hit the ceiling because you have nowhere else to go. You have nowhere else to grow. But if they take that small plant and move it to a bigger pot, it has more room to grow and expand, and it's going to feel uncomfortable and scary because you're like, oh my gosh, I have so much more room to fill. How am I going to do it all? But if you are uncomfortable and you're challenging yourself, then there's growth at the other end of that because you're growing and you're stretching. So you have to have faith and confidence. Believe that you are worth more. Believe that you have the skills and the ability to pivot. Believe that you are worthy. Believe that this is possible for you and you can actually work a job where you feel like you are being paid your worth and you feel like your skills and your experience are actually bringing something to the table and these people appreciate you. And honestly, you being able to level up in your career, that is the ultimate financial glow up. Despite the income discrepancy, maybe it doesn't have a huge, pay raise, but you're happy and you're feeling fulfilled. And that to me is the ultimate financial glow up. All right, ladies. So these were the 6 ways that you can glow up in 2021. And I hope that you all are getting your goals ready and you are ready to take your finances to the next level because you are more than capable of doing that and you are more than worthy of being financially secure. But leave down in the comments below what one financial goal you are going to be working on in 2021, as well as how you are going about it. And I am being strategic with this because I want you to put your brain to work and think of ways on how you can actually achieve what it is that you want to go out and do next year. And you may just inspire someone or give someone an idea. But hopefully you guys like this. This was super helpful for you all. Leave it a thumbs up if you did find this enjoyable, and I will catch you all next week.